Hello and welcome, but not two of you from the cab or even a view from the car, but today a view from the house. As is probably very, very common knowledge by now, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the UK, has asked and, well, told everybody that we need to stay indoors unless it's absolutely vital, to try and stop the spread of this awful COVID-19, which has just run rampant by all accounts through the world. Now the time has come, because people were, and I suppose I was a little bit as well, people were treating it like a bit of a holiday, I wasn't going so far as, big parties on the beach and meeting up with big groups of friends or any of that sort of thing, which people were doing. People were out in force, from what I saw on Twitter, which is, I'm on Twitter a lot. People were out in force, in big groups of people. I was trying to do the social distancing thing, for good reason, because I didn't want to, because apparently you can carry this COVID-19, this coronavirus. You may not have symptoms yourself, but you could pass it to somebody else. So that's not what I wanted to do. So I've been keeping my distance, anyway. But now the time has come where Boris Johnson has told us we must stay indoors, and he's given the police the power to disperse large groups of people, and fine people if necessary, which I think is a good thing. It's the only way we're gonna, stop this awful illness this awful virus is to stop people. We're not allowed to visit other households. I missed seeing my mum on Mother's Day. I've spoken to my parents every day, to check that they're okay. But I didn't see my mum on Mother's Day. I sent her a bunch of flowers and stuff, and a card and what have you, but it's not the same. I don't want to risk passing anything along or contaminating them, or, so you just don't know. We're in very uncertain times right now. So once Boris Johnson said you must stay indoors, I was more than happy to comply. There are some exceptions, like if we're going out for essential food shopping, and then I think he only wants us to go out on our own or with one other member of our own household, people that we actually live with, to get medication, essential medication. What was the other? There's a couple of other things, which, if I'd done my research, of course, I've watched the announcement as it happened as well. So it's medication, essential food shopping, but only for essentials. One exercise per day, so a walk, a run, or a bicycle ride once a day. I think that's about it. I think that's it. Oh, and unless you're travelling to and from work, because you can't work from home, if that, and you are one of these people that really, really has to be at work, people that work for the health service, for instance. I've moaned about the health service in the past, not the people. I've never moaned about the people that work in the health service. It's always been a systemic problem with the health service, I think, with targets imposed and stuff from politicians. But now there's been several thousand, you know, former health workers that have returned, you know, that have retired and stuff, you know, that have returned to the health service to help out and to get stuck in. And to be honest, all I can do is just, you can only take your hat off to those people that are so dedicated that they're willing to, in the middle of this pandemic, to just step back into it and say, yes, you know, I will help. You know, you've got to applaud those people, and you've got to give those people the kudos they deserve for saying, yes, we'll step up and we'll help. We will help to try and, you know, stop this awful, awful virus that's affected so many people globally. Again, if I'd done my research, I could give you a specific number, but, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. We've been warned about this in the past, you know, complacency and everything else, and now you know, they've come home to roost. So, you know, the chickens have come home to roost, and now we're living it. We're living it. It's been in the news before, and we've all, and myself included, I've said, yeah, of course it will, yeah, you know. And now it's actually happening, and we're living it. And we've been told to stay indoors for, I think, 3 weeks, and which is okay, because it's, you know, the Easter half term. And if you're lucky enough to have a sort of school-based job like I am, then it's not too bad. It's the people that are the self-employed you've got to think of, you know. What can you do? You just got to hope that Boris Johnson is gonna. I mean, you know, whether you like Boris Johnson or you don't, whether you're a Conservative voter or you're not, you know, he's done a pretty good job. I would think he's done a pretty good job of it. You know, if people are criticising him, you know, you should have done this sooner, you should have gone into lockdown sooner, you should have done this, you should have done that, you shouldn't have said this. You know, but he's doing the best he can, I think. I like to think he's doing the best he can with what he's got, which is all you can hope for. You know, he said that no Prime Minister wants to enact measures like he's been forced to, because people were just simply ignoring sound medical advice and meeting up in large groups. You know, no Prime Minister wants to be forced into that, but he's had to. People have given him no choice. And I think he's doing a pretty solid job at keeping us updated, keeping us informed, instructions, guidance, you know, care packages for us, you know, paying us sick pay from day one, and there's all sorts of measures he's enacted that's going to cost a lot of money. But what can you do? What can you do? He's just got to do. He's got his team of advisors, and he's got his teams of experts and medical experts and financial experts and lots of different people helping him and, you know, guiding him, advising him. And we've just got to put our faith in our leader and do as we're told, do as he's ordered us to do. Which is why this rather unusual vlog is like it is. You know, we've just got to stay indoors, stay away from other people, and only go out if it's absolutely essential, if it's imperative, if it's unavoidable. You know, that's what Boris Johnson has told us to do, and everybody needs to get on board and needs to get behind the Prime Minister of this country and do as we're told. You know, that's why this vlog isn't in its usual format. You know, very much stuck indoors. So You know, it affects everybody, and everybody should comply. You know, stay indoors, do the usual things, wash your hands, you know, keep things clean and tidy in your house, and just keep away from people. Keep away from people, and that really is what we should do. I mean, if you go onto Twitter or any of the news outlets, you can see Mr. Johnson's news conference there. You can see it for yourselves, and you can see what he's talking about. So until next time, I don't know when that'll be, and it'll probably be another view from the house, and hopefully things can get back to a point where I can be doing the regular videos, the view from the cab videos, and we'll just have to wait and see how long that's going to be. So until then, bye bye for now.